When you need a mortgage, don't stress at all. Just tune right in and give these guys.
Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, July 14th. And Tommy, we got Anth on the road already.
We do. It's a beautiful day outside.
What's up, fellas?
I don't blame Anth for wanting to be on the road, to be completely honest with you.
Dang, Anth, early start today.
It's a good day to sell a loan. It's a good day to get a mortgage from West Bend Financial, Ryan, Tom, or Anthony. It's beautiful out here. Sun is shining.
Got that right.
You know what, Anth? And it's a perfect time to bring that up today because the news isn't great when it comes to interest rates. And all we keep hearing about is I'm going to wait till rates drop. I'm going to wait till rates drop. Rates have to drop. Rates are high. Well, guys, the reality is rates have been in the sixes for years now. But the news is looking like they may be out of the sixes soon, and it might not be in the fives. It might be in the sevens.
Yeah, I mean, literal what we've been saying, what we've been preaching here on this AM chatter. Been for about 6 months now. We were saying, hey, this is probably the low point. This is what we see. Jump on it now. We were met with resistance. That's the word of the morning, resistance. And people did not want to make a move at those low rates. They wanted them to 5.5 or even 5 flat. That's just not happening. What we've been seeing is the opposite way since the mid of March. We've been ticking up, and might take a turn for the worst here in late July.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. It is pretty obvious. This market, these interest rates do not like this war. They have not reacted well. The market is not positive in any manner, and the rates just tick up anytime the war ticks up. That seems to be pretty obvious. Now they're talking about, Anth, if inflation numbers come in high this month, is the Fed going to increase their rate at the end of the month, which could increase mortgage interest rates?
Yeah, it's going to affect the economy, and a lot of people don't realize long-term mortgage rates are based on what's going on in the world, what's going on in the economy.
Oh, Lord.
It's based on what's going on in the world and what's going on within the economy. So, yeah, so the interest rates, man, I mean, if you guys follow the news, you can see the crazy stuff that's happening day in and day out. I would not suggest following the state-run media, but, making your own opinions and seeing still what's out there. It's not all bells and whistles.
No, I mean, for our industry, we want this war to end. We want it to end because with the inflation numbers comes the Fed talking about raising rates. And if we get rates towards 7, that is going to stop buyers potentially from looking at homes. There he is. He's back.
Oh, he looks better than ever, too.
I'm back.
He's got those technical skills.
In Hampton, taxes are, higher than hell, but no service. Like, what's going on? Put some towers up. Let's go.
It's all about green space, Anth. You need more green space out there in those suburbs.
I'd say a couple poles that could use a couple towers, but yeah. So
something else.
I'm sure you guys finished me off.
We did. We're kind of recapping, Anth, just discussing that if these rates go higher, like as of right now, buyers are kind of tuning out interest rates. They're still buying those houses that are in those prime areas, the good purchase prices. They're still getting 10 offers, but there's houses out there sitting and waiting, and we need to be more creative. We need to get buyers off the fence. We need to use mortgage programs that are already out there. We need to accept government loans, seller assistance, all of these items that allow buyers to get into homes with less out of pocket. We just can't sit here, Tom, and have the buyer just increase costs, pay this, pay that, do this, do that. Eventually the buyer is going to say enough is enough. The seller is sitting here making this giant amount of money off this sale. When are they going to help with some of this?
Yeah, no, and I think that the buyers, they got to start asking for more. You got to have a good buyer's agent on your side. We say it all the time. The buyer should not have to go against two listing agents on a property. The buyer's agent needs a strong buyer's agent to be on their team and to fight off that listing agent and to fight off all the bad things that they may want you to do and you don't need to do just to get the deal done easily. Let's make it a good experience for the buyer and let them get a dub for once.
Yeah, right, Anth. We don't need to hear, we need to do this to get the offer accepted. They already have a listing agent for the property. We need the buyer's agent out there to get the buyer in these homes with some wins, like Tom said. Let's talk about what's needed for the buyer's finances, what's best for them, what's best for their bottom line. And if we need to negotiate a little stronger because of the higher interest rate market, let's get out there and do that. Use us to your advantage. Get in with these unique mortgage programs. And Anth, when you have that pre-offer huddle, it makes the whole process way smoother.
It does. I mean, it puts things in perspective. It helps make a solid offer. The seller's already paying an agent to sell their house on the listing. They don't need a buyer's agent working for them too. So let's work to make sure that the buyer is able to put in the best offer with the pre-offer huddle, have the numbers up front, and transparency. And I think that's what a lot of people are missing these days is options and transparency.
And let's remember, if you are a buyer, if you are a buyer's agent where your buyer is paying your commission, that makes your buyer a little bit stronger. Think about how that listing agent lists that price. What factors were brought into that listing price? Maybe you can bring your offer in a little bit lower because your buyer is picking up some costs. Maybe you can ask for that seller assistance because your buyer is picking up some of that cost. You understand where the house is purchased. You understand the comps, and you come in with a stronger offer rather than just the simple, this must be done to get the offer accepted. We don't know that. You don't know you have to increase the purchase price to ask for seller assistance. You can just ask for seller assistance with your offer. That does get accepted a lot of the times. There's a lot of misconceptions out there still from COVID about we got to do all this to make sure the seller accepts our offers. Like Tom said, let's let the buyers get some dubs.
Yeah, and what they need is a strong, dedicated real estate agent.
Yes, that understands the full buyer process, and they have their team. They got their lender, they got their title company, they got their insurance person, they have their home inspector, they have everything lined up for their clients. So when that buyer has any questions, any needs, any concerns, their Rolodex has someone instantly that gets the job done for them. In our eyes, that's the most value a realtor can bring, is not only their knowledge, but their Rolodex and who they work with to make sure the buyer gets to closing.
100%. You got to have somebody on your team that you're comfortable talking to as well. You got to be able to converse and figure out the best plan. So, yeah, happy picking.
That's it. We lost Anth again, so we're going to call it quits today. This is a live show, Tom. This is what we do, live on the internet. Anything can happen. Sometimes, some days, Anthony doesn't pay a cell phone bill and blames it on Hampton. I mean, it's what we got to do.
To be honest, though, it is kind of ridiculous how bad these cell phone coverages have gotten. And, every single person's seen an increase in their bill, and it's getting worse and worse. So maybe it's time to stand up to big cell phone tech and tell them to be better.
There you go. I don't know how you do that. Anth, you got any final words for us?
Be better. Come on. I got Verizon. Where's my people?
I got Verizon too, and it has been dog crap for the last 7 months. So Verizon, be better.
Have a great week, guys.
Later.
See you guys.
Tom, Ryan, and Anthony